Nobody wants to get united. Like, what we gotta do is meet everybody on 149th Street at the bench.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another community critique. This, of course, being the series where we take a look at your guys' work when you use the hashtag ABCrit over on Instagram. And today I'm going to be teaching you guys a little something about graffiti. So, hopping right into it, we got a piece here by Flip. And Flip let me know in a different video, he said, yo, John, the letter F gives me a lot of problems because it pushes things away, along with the letter I. And this was during my name exchange video. And I did this piece for him. Now, in the piece he submitted, we can see he turned his F around. Now, these sorts of adjustments, like spinning the letter around in order to avoid a negative space issue, is just that. It's an avoidance tactic. You don't really want superficial fixes like this because you're not actually practicing the problem, which is what you need to do. That's how you get comfortable with your name. That's how you learn your name, is by practicing the problem. Also, quick thing, you see how this line right here of the F lines up perfectly with this, and so does this? That's exceptionally done. This right here occurs when the box breaches up top. Now, this actually has a specific terminology for it, which at the moment escapes me. I forget what it is at the moment. But you see that that does not happen on the P, and it should. This right here is no different than this right here. So this should be aligning with its original box. This guy creates a phenomenal artwork all the time, and he submits for a critique, but like, what do I say to this? This is beautiful. But I do like to go ahead and share artwork with you guys from the community, and I feel like a lot of you guys would really enjoy his artwork, so here it is, give him a follow. Once again, I got all the artists in today's video linked down below. Next, we got a little bit of a straight letter from mynameiskoer. Let's not even talk about extensions, because I talked about those in length. Let's talk about uniformity. Now, uniformity in artwork is used in order to bring a sense of cohesion throughout your artwork. When you have an element in your piece, or your piece of artwork, whatever it is, doesn't matter the art, when you have something that stands out and only occurs one time, it becomes a focal point. And you don't really want that because, well, usually that element is not supposed to be the focal point. It's not the same as having a character, because this is an isolated thing. Like, when you have a character, that is an isolated thing. But seeing as the arrow is literally a part of the piece, it's no longer an isolated element at that point. So you definitely want to consider how your details are affecting the letters as a whole and the piece as a whole. Overall though, I do like the letter structures and all that good stuff. You did a really good job on that. Lucas, this is not bad work for drawing eyes. Drawing eyes is a huge issue for a lot of people, and you did a bang up job on it. But brighten the values, put more values in your work. So work on form, work on values. These two things are going to help your artwork out tremendously. Oh, I'm a disgusting human being. I just had a tremendous dinner, and that hiccup, oof, it's coming all right back up. So here we got a wild style. And there's one tremendous issue. Now, for those of you guys who can't read this, it says rec. Now, this is a wild style, which means that some of these extensions interfering with structure is to be expected, because that happens with wild styles, and the structure is still present. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. However, what I want to point out is a little bit more nuanced, and that is the bevel effect you've added to certain areas, and you don't bother to actually establish any forms. This is what creates the problem. Because you have the bevel come straight out over this way, it doesn't connect to the vertice, and then as a result, what happens to the bevel over here? There should be one. And the fact that you have these drawn through lines mean that you're not going to be able to have the bevel on these areas, because you'd have a conflict of form when you get to the drawn through line, which then tells us that the bevel should not actually exist on this image. So what I would do, if I was you, I would definitely focus more on practicing and understanding forms. This is a tremendous thing for the technique you're trying to do. This has the potential to be a really dope technique, but you're gonna need a lot more form knowledge in order to be able to pull it off properly. So when I see the dope hand style, I go, oh, okay, you have a bunch of years under your belt, but then I see the basic form issues and I go, oh, okay, you need practice with the elements of art. See, here you have what looks to be a Wayne piece. This W is fire. But then you have some general inconsistencies with stuff like letter and name weight and letter and name positioning, where it looks like you did have a bunch more room over on the right side of your image, but yet your end looks to be super scrunched in there, which is unnecessary for that letter, especially seeing as considering that the left side of your name has a tremendous amount of weight, even despite the fact that you have 3D going to the right, which should be adding weight to the right side, and it's still not adding enough, meaning that the end could have been a lot bigger in order to compensate for that. I'm pretty sure that's what this name says, right? Complain, is that supposed to be the name? Why? Is that how you say it? Why? Look, I'm dyslexic, okay? I never claimed to be good at reading. Yep, and then we look at some of the other stuff and we see all the same issues with form, volume, and just little tiny minor things that are really easy fixes, but you know, those inconsistencies are killing you. So that's what I would do. For anybody who's interested in like doing wild styles, it's imperative, it is of the utmost importance that you learn all of graffiti's fundamentals and then you learn the elements of art. If you can do those things, you can do wild styles, you can create any style you want, you can understand any style you look at, you can break down the science behind any style, you can do anything if you learn those things. Anyway guys, that brings us to today's video. If you have any questions or you want to talk about the art in the comments down below, feel free to do so. As I said, all the artists are linked in the description, so be sure to go ahead and check them out. As always, you can submit by using the hashtag ABCrit over on Instagram, and I also get back to almost all of my DMs. So I'm more than happy to talk to you in the comments and on Instagram. Let's see if we can get today's video to 300 likes. I would mega appreciate it, and I think that'd be really sick if we could do it. For those of you guys who are new here, we do weekly art videos that typically revolve around graffiti, and over on my Twitch, we go ahead and do traditional painting, digital painting, as well as play video games. So be sure to go ahead and follow on all the social media. I got it all, and it's all in the description. Anyway, I'll catch you lovely people next time, but until then, peace.